Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Sergeant Sully, and he is currently in a brawl. It's on Shatter, it's 3 versus 3 with the Aetams. And he's in a Kurfürst. He's brought his friends with a Hindenburg and a Marso. And there's going to be some action in the center pretty soon. Now we can see all of the enemies. It's probably a Hindenburg Hydro that keeps him detected, so he isn't hydroing himself just yet, while he's trying to sneak around here and ambush the Elbing. I mean, Kurfürst sneaking around might sound a little bit weird, but it's fine. So 3 versus 3 brawls can be a lot of fun. Unfortunately, Wargaming has allowed carriers into the mode. So, you know, it's a gamble. You get the carrier, your game's gonna suck. You don't get the carrier, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And, you know... Oh well. At least there are no subs, right? Anyway, so Sergeant Sully is coming around here, and this Elbing is not expecting him, I think. So that's a good first salvo. Now obviously the Elbing might retaliate with some torpedoes. Personally, I would push my own Hydra at this point, and that's exactly what he does. So they've lost the Hindenburg so far. The Marceau is in retreat, but it looks like that Elbing is going down, and that Elbing doesn't quite have the angle to actually launch torpedoes. Now Sergeant Sully is here very confident in his secondaries, and reasonably so. So that's one destroyer dealt with. Now he can focus the Montana. The Marceau is still in retreat here. And that Montana is an awful nice broadside, isn't it? Would be a shame if something happened like Citadel. Although he is aiming too high for that. I guess he isn't really trusted. Well, I mean, when we look at the minimap, actually, it's not really that broadside as it looks here in-game, I guess. So he probably didn't trust it. Or he has been trolled enough by his shells falling short in recent times. So the Montana re-speeched, it can't really do anything, and it's just getting pummeled to death here. Meanwhile, the Marceau is kiting away the Napoli. And, sorry, there's a cat scratching my chair. I don't think you can hear it, so everything's fine. As long as he doesn't try to chew through my microphone cable, I guess. We should be good, we should be. So, that Napoli, on the other hand, might not be. It's fully broadside, of course, it's a Kurfürst shooting, so his shells are probably not gonna hit. Well, I mean, that's 1 over 10. Now, Sergeant Sully is going to slow down there because he's inside the caps and he can just take those and then get ahead on points. All he has to do is like defend this area, right? He doesn't have to be in a sniping duel in the Napoli or indulge it in any way. Now, of course, the Napoli has torps. They might not be the most dangerous ones, but they are still torpedoes. So he's using his plane in order to get some spotting while he's just grabbing the cap. They can also just wait here for another heal, which is going to be very nice. And yet the Napoli is just forced to push in.
They can't stop the war!
Also, our Orc captain is pretty excited about this. There is, by the way, a mission chain. You can get this Orc captain for free if you want to. It's unfortunately a Pan-Asian one, but once you have unlocked it, you can use the voice. And just set the voice to the Orc and you'll have it on any ship. So, doesn't quite have shots. I think he could have shot here with his rear turrets, but it's also there is a heal ready to be used. And in good old Kurfürst fashion, he's obviously on fire. Now, he'd probably feel a lot better if his Hydra was ready again. So maybe that's what he's waiting for. Now, he's losing the A cap. Although he does have the B cap, he might have moved a little bit too much. And you know, you really should be pressing that heal now, buddy. There we go. So, what's Napoli gonna do? But you see, I feel like Brawls are very amazing because they kind of force action. In Brawls, you don't have long-range sniping a lot, and you have a lot of close quarters combat. simply because you're only facing 3 ships, so you aren't getting farmed to death from very far away. There will be a lot less crossfires because there are fewer ships. And that means you can push even your battleships just into the objectives, well, depending on the map, and have a lot of fun. Now Hydro is almost ready again, and that's exactly what Sergeant Sully is hoping for, because that will give him the information he needs to deal with Cruiser. And he's smoking. That means the Napoli is basically blind while he's fully Hydro. That's obviously nice. That's a nice starter with some lovely nose shots. And now the secondaries are gonna come in. Now that Napoli still has torpedoes, but I don't think the torpedoes pack enough of a punch that he can get him with one salvo. So, should be fine on that regard. Now of course the Napoli could get some nice armor-piercing penetrations here. Or not. So that was a lovely first brawl here from Sergeant Sully. And, you know, since it was a short one, we are going to follow that up with one of my brawls. So, now it's me brawling, and I'm also in a Kurfürst. Nobody is surprised, I guess. And I'm on Two Brothers. Now the thing is, Two Brothers is a bit of a fail design for this mode. The problem is, right, you have it in epicenter. And that means ideally you have one of your 3 ships in each of the circles, and you have like the torpedoes aimed for the channel, and if the enemy pushes, you just torp the crap out of them. So basically it's an eternal stalemate, where you can't move your ships out of each of the circles, otherwise the other team will just camp, and then they'll win on points while they defend the channel. You can't try with the outer thing to do something like circling around and flanking. But the problem is, if you play this map properly, it's one of the most boring things you can ever encounter. If you just push all of your ships into the channel though, you're gonna have a blast. Now if the enemy team fights you properly in a sense, then it might not be that successful. Now try to get some rear of the set here, it will fail. But if both teams just wanna have fun and push the center, tactics be damned. This can be hilarious, let's put it like this. And this is all what brawls are about, right? They're just about bring friends and have a bit of a blast. And well, if you don't find a carrier, you're probably gonna have a blast. Yes, there are torpedoes in the front. Now, Zed's torps aren't the most hardest hitting, and since he torped right now, I can only take a few of them and, you know, survive. Now, unfortunately, I sort of beached here, and this stops my push. That's a shame, but we've gotten their DD, and they didn't bring a cruiser with torpedoes, so that's good.
Hey boys, fix these boats.
So unfortunately we've lost our cruiser already too, but this is still going to be pretty exciting. Now, with my friendly Daring still around, we do have a torpedo threat. The problem is obviously Kurfürst has Hydro, and the Hydro is currently running. Salem has Radar or Hydro. I'm not sure which one he brought. So there is that. Now, it took me a little bit to dislodge myself here, which cost me a lot of hit points that I could have used for the push here. And Viper is sneaking a torp through here that might just hit the Kurfürst into the nose, or maybe not. It's a shame. So, I could ram, but if I ram here, that forces my Daring to fight the Salem, and that's probably not good. So instead, we're just gonna sail by here a little bit. I kind of screwed up my rear turrets, or let's just say I kept them for the Salem. So my plan is get the Salem. Right, Viper in the Daring will have a much easier time fighting off a Kurfürst than a Salem. So I just, you know, show the Salem the power of nose overmatch. Now, I'm a little bit less healthy than the Kurfürst. My division mate is also not so healthy, but once the Hydro no longer is running, and the Hydro is no longer running, now Viper has a chance to probably sneak around with a smoke there and do something. Now, thankfully, I have a heal run. And obviously, I'm on fire.
It's getting hot down here.
Now, it's just our secondaries dishing it out. I do not dare to turn enough to use my front guns. And the problem is this Kurfürst is being shot by two... Oh, he got Viper with secondaries. Well, Oh, I have 2 fires here. This is gonna be close. This was a very nice salvo. I think RNG will probably have a much deciding factor here. The secondaries are certainly having a blast. I have 2 fires on me with no damage con, no heal inside. I do have a fire on him, or do I have even 2 fires on him? And down he goes. So yeah, that was a pretty fun brawl there from my part. And you know, I mean, Wargaming has like 2 brothers. The map can be a bit tedious depending on how the enemy plays it, but you can always just, you know, push all of your ships in and see what happens. It's as long as you don't run into carriers. 3 versus 3 brawls are an amazing mode if you have 2 friends. If you run into too many carriers, then you just have to stop because there's no way to have fun with one of those around, unfortunately. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.